Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Let's see who's here. Oops. Oops. Okay. Oops. Oops again. Oops and oops and oops again. Okay. Oops. Oops again. Oops and oops and oops again. Okay. Got that silenced. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Hi, Daniel. Hi, Beth. Hi, Fundy Coast. Sweet Valdalia. Pam Anderson. Hello, Terry. Hello, Nick. Good to see you. About time I had a live. I try to do it once a week. Okay, thank you, Pam. I'm glad you can hear me. Again, I still haven't found my earbuds. I think that when I was cleaning up, I may have thrown them in the trash by mistake. Either that or the cats got a hold of them and went and hid somewhere to chew on them, because I'd always have to fight them over my headphones. Nick isn't a wrench? Oh my God. Okay. Now Rick is a wrench. Do you want to be a wrench, Mike? Do you want the wrench, Mike? Yes or no? Hi, Moonchild. Good to see you. Laura wouldn't allow it. Oh, Mike. It's a fake Mike, you think? Could be. Could be. I don't know if I can go from here and go to channel. Yes, I can go to channel. Let's see. Well, this Mike joined in 2019 and has 52 subscribers. Let's see what his channel list looks like. Let's see. Mike, we're checking out your profile. Oh, you watch Stephen Gardner. Well, so far I don't see Slinda and friends on here. Annie J's. He's got Annie J's. Let's see. Still no Slinda. I don't know. He's got Rosie on his channel list. Let's see. He's got a stalking as a crime on here. He's got LLS on here. I don't know. Oh, he's got my Truth Defender channel on here. Let's see, Mike. Who else? Oh, Voices Behind the Wall. I watch her sometimes too. Sometimes I can't handle it. Let's see. Still no Slenda or Glenda. Whoa, Mike. Oh, you got Vivian Van Life on here, but no Slenda. Oh, there's Slenda. I found her. It has to be the right account, because he's got Slenda on here. A Tea and Sass with Ann Winfred. She looks like a doll in that picture she has. But anyway, I'm glad everybody's here. Hey, Victoria. Oh, I know. It's a shit show. And she had me as a witness. Oh, she used me as a witness, my words, as me being a witness. Laura, you have to ask me to testify in order for me to be a witness. You might want to subpoena me. Ridiculous. It's just a shit show. They've just gone completely Adam Barta style. Anything for a view. She's getting a master's in Glenda. She looks pretty old to be getting her master's. Isn't that something you get like in your 20s? Should be going for her PhD. Or she's getting her master's in clownship. PhD in Glenda. Getting her clown certificate. To me, that's what she is. She's a clown. Yeah. And what about that? Oh, no. I didn't pay her to go stalk Glenda. No. But then she calls her as a witness and talks about, I drove by that house and I drove by the church, and it is not right next door. It is across the street and a couple of houses down, but it is not right next door. So Glenda's lying because it's not right next door. It's 2 houses down and across the street. Now, come on. That is not evidence. And how Vivian can't even afford to buy a package of ramen soup sometimes. How could she afford to go all the way up to Maine and back? Went to Long Island 2 times on her way up to Maine and on her way back. She drove by Glenda's old apartment. She, uh, who knows where else she followed Glenda around, because I believe she did. And um, went by her Mr. Marco's house. And then Laura goes up and lies and says that she spoke with Monsignor Flynn, when before she said she had not talked to, she said, I talked to Monsignor Flynn, and after I called her out, she admitted that she's never talked to him, that she was taking a shortcut, that by talking to his secretary, it was the same as talking to him. Well, let me tell you something, Laura, you can use that in court all day long, and the judge will never accept that. When you say you talk to someone, you have to directly speak with that person. I spoke with Monsignor Flynn 2 times. So she didn't talk to him. She's lying. She's lying about that, and she lied about that she wasn't sure if I was on the outs with Glenda, but she has her doubts. Well, what happened with the 100% evidence that Mr. Young Southern Christian gentleman had provided, information that, yes, Susan and Alice are still friends with Glenda? And now that's out the window. Just like with C'est Moi being Izzy, she was like, I've got it in the bag. I have so much evidence that C'est Moi is Izzy, and her people went and stalked Izzy and made her life hell. They doxed her with putting videos of her and her husband and conversations with her and her husband that were on Facebook. They took all that, they put them in videos, and they were 1000% C'est Moi was Izzy, and Izzy was C'est Moi. Now, all of a sudden, Susie, another Z name, this person's name is Susie P. I can't remember. It starts with a P, and it's Italian. And this woman is like crazy, insane. And Laura's saying now that they have 1000% evidence and proof that C'est Moi is Susie P. What happened to the evidence that she was Izzy? Or is C'est Moi morphing into Izzy and then morphs back to Susie and then morphs into C'est Moi? Come on, Laura. You make no sense, and those people that are sitting there listening to you are brainless. They're brainless. I mean, you just have to laugh at this shit. You know, it's ridiculous. And then you have Vivian Kimberlin saying that what Glenda cooks is slop. But she says that that Glenda's food is slop, but then she makes videos of her cooking in her van with her feet right by the stove she uses. The Coleman stove. She's there and she's squatting in front of the thing. You know, they're looking at her vajay. The food is looking at her vajayjay, and her toes are in the soup. That's slop. And then it's rat infested. And yet she criticizes Glenda for how she cooks. But she doesn't even cook. Vivian doesn't cook. She just heats up food out of a can or out of the package with the ramen. And she boils some hot dogs or fries them up. Or she eats fast food. We always see her going to fast food. The whole trip to Maine and back, the only videos that she made of actual content was going around in circles in a parking lot trying to look for a stadium or something. And another video where she gets out of her van to go into this yarn place, and then she just shows herself back getting into the van. And then she shows the Amityville Horror House that was not the Amityville Horror House, and some big building thing out there in Long Island or in New York. And then she filmed going past Glenda's old apartment. And those are the only real content that she put out from her whole trip to Maine and back. So how can you say you didn't go to stalk Glenda when your only videos are about going by Glenda's house, driving in close to Glenda's neighborhood, and going to Mr. Marco? Oh no, you didn't film the going to Mr. Marco's. You just admitted it today. And she can't afford to do anything, yet she had all this money to drive all the way to Maine and all the way back. And yeah, and all the rest of the videos that she showed. Hi guys, I'm at Burger King. I'm gonna get me a soda and I'm gonna get me a hamburger. But I just thought I'd pop in here and say hi. Yes, y'all can laugh. And that's all she did. And then the next year, I'm here at McDonald's. I'm going to get me a drink and a hamburger. Just wanted to say hi. The whole trip that she went all the way up to Maine, she never went into a restaurant to order lobster and, you know, show herself at a restaurant eating lobster. You're in Maine. You're a tourist in Maine. One of the things that you do in Maine when you're a tourist is eat the lobster. Not go to some yarn store that you don't even go into, or you don't film yourself when you're in there. Yeah, where does she get, and how did she get the cash to go all the way to California? And again, the same thing. Doesn't film anything. Oh, here, look at this building. I think that's a house. Oh, look, this is never filmed it, did not get any content. She could have parked her car and she could have You know, I know she can't walk very far or very well, but if she has a cane and a tripod, she can get her camera and she could be standing on a corner and saying, "Here I am on the corner of such and such street and such street." But does she do that? No. What is the one video that she chose to put up in all its content? Was her going to Deborah Joy's place. Why would she do that? Yeah, and she didn't even visit Mindy when she went to Maine. And Mike, I don't know, but I don't think so. I don't think it's as expensive as you're thinking. You've never had lobster in Maine? Oh, you hate lobster. Well, if people don't, why go to Maine if you're not going to eat lobster? But there's a lot of things to do in Maine. Maine is a very beautiful state. It's a very beautiful state. I have lots of friends there and one enemy. Oh no, two enemies. Two enemies and lots of friends. Yes, you once had mice in the van too. But Glenda's cooking is slop. Hello, Miss Chef. Let's see some of your creations. And I don't mean making uh, fudge in your van with your toes sticking in the scene. I mean, that's like cooking on the ground, on your floor. Well, it's worse because she goes in and out of the van, and she's probably bringing in all kinds of dust and you know crap in there, and then she sits down on that dirty carpet and cooks. Well, not cook, heat up. She heats up canned foods and she heats up ramen soup. You were allergic to lobster? I've never heard of anyone being allergic to lobster. You're the first person. I've never heard of that. You almost died, Fundy. Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I can see why you won't eat it. Oh, who is golf cart killing now? I think she's killing herself, Susan, with that smoking and drinking and eating all that fried, greasy food. Your dad is allergic to shellfish, Terry. Yep, there's a lot of people that have allergies to that. And I have nothing but sympathy for them because they'll never know the deliciousness that awaits them. Right, Fundy Coast? I agree with you. Oh my gosh, Terry. That is awful. Sweet Vandalia, yes, she had fleas too at one time. Or still, I don't know. Dog dander, chicken and dumplings from a can. Yep. I want to make some chicken and dumplings. Haven't made them in a while. Um, I don't know, Seymour. I have no idea. I'll have to go look at the timeline. I don't make up the timeline like those other ones at the Freaky Forum. No, Daniel, they aren't friends. Um, Laura paid her to go to Deborah Joy's house to try to get um, information. I guess you wanted to verify if that's where she really lived. Um, I don't know what her purpose was to go see Deborah Joy. She's gonna lie and say, "I went there to be friends." Are y'all laughing at my Vivian impersonation? Yeah. Oh yeah. She had to pick out the turds from her yarn. Ew, that stuff just needs to be thrown away. You can't keep that. Hi, Nathaniel. Good to see you. Um, I haven't watched her in months. We'll say every now and then a video will pop up on my recommended, but other than that, no. Yes, you did, Victoria. I have a great gift for voice. When I was a little girl, I used to imitate um, people on TV, and that was my entertainment to my family. I used to do Carol Burnett, and who else? Carol Burnett. I used to do all the time, but I used to do Eunice, the uh, Carol Burnett Eunice, and I used to do my own little shows using her voice. and and swallow half your head. Funny. Oh, that's too funny. You used to play Sue Ellen. I did comedy stuff, and when my kids were little, I used to read them stories, and I would make up the voices for the father, And the Papa Bear said, and I do, and the Mama Bear we did that, and the little baby bear said. They used to get a kick out of me doing these voices. So all the books I ever read to them, I'd make voices for all the characters. You were obsessed with Dallas? I think everyone was obsessed with Dallas. I think the whole United States was obsessed with Dallas. Oh, really? So you didn't watch it when you were little. You watched it as an adult? Oh, Sue Ellen Eunice's sister. Oh, we would have made a great team if that was it. If you were Sue Ellen Eunice's sister. Because that was played by Betty White, and she was like the southern rich person. She was a Laura, came from dirt poorness, married a wealthy man, and she was rich and doesn't want nothing to do with her poor family. But why, Eunice, why don't you take Mama home? You want me to take Mama home so you don't have to take care of her. And y'all can laugh. You have a connection to the house in Dallas? Cool. Yes, Edith Bunker too. I did the Edith Bunker, and who else? I used to do a lot of them. I used to do a lot of characters. Whatever I was in the mood for, really. And I loved it. I should have been a comedian because I'm really very funny. Oh, I did Ethel Merman um, singing. I would sing like Ethel Merman. Don't ask me to do it right now because I really can't do it right now. I want to hear about your connection to the Dallas house, Beth. And I have you took the words out of my mouth about Betty White. Yeah. Yes. I know. I want to watch all those old shows again. I think one of the channels on my uh, streaming has those old shows. Oh, do I think that Judge thing is hired help? Of course, she's a hired help. Yeah, I don't know why she's. That Vivian. Okay, so first of all, Vivian Valor. Oh, and yes, what I want to say to Vivian Valor is this: look, I was close to Glenda. All y'all do is watch, like, her 20-minute videos, 20 minutes out of her day, every whenever she decides to post. That's all you see. I was a friend of Glenda's, and she does love her children. She loved Jeremy, and she loves Jill. Now, what bugs me is that she allows Zeus to continue to be depicted to be or to be oh, what word do I want? For Lord to say that Zeus is Jason, because Zeus is not Jason. And you can tell a lot of people don't believe that either, because um, nobody agrees with her ever on that. And she does love her kids, and no, she's not jealous of her kids. She's not anything like that. She takes care of her grandchildren. I think she makes those videos about whatever is to have something to talk about, to get her subs to have conversation on her chat, and that's it. Why she allows Zeus to pretend he's Jason when he's not is beyond me, and that is the reason why I stopped supporting her. I told her all the lies that Steve was telling her about his past, and that he has a twin brother named Steven, and he is Steve. Stupid. I mean, that for someone to. It's just hilarious how she fell for that, and she's still falling for that, just to have a man talking to her. That's just weird. And if that man hasn't gotten down on his knees already and begged her to marry him, just proves that he's not into her. And that's the thing that pissed me off, is that I told her, Steve needs to show his face. You need to have him show his face. And she was crying because they were saying it was Jason, and they were showing all those court records. Mindy was posting all those court records about Jason, Jason's life. And I told Glenda he has to come out and show himself and say he's not Jason. And she agreed with me. She said, yes, he does have to do that. I'm going to talk to him. And then the next thing is Zeus only thinks that they're only saying that so he can show his face and they can torment his business. And he's not going to do it. He's not going to show his face. And she says, and I agree with him. And I was like, what? You're going to let your son take all of this blame and have his personal life? Well, they just want to get his face and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know what? They got my face. They got me. They found me. He's a chicken shit. Chicken shit. And what really bothers me now is Guang taking up for him. Guang taking up for Steve. She knows he's a user. She knows he's up to no good, but yet she stand behind him and lie push the lies that he and Glenda make. So I don't know, but she does love her children. And just Jason may be less less loved, but I know she loves Jill and she loves her grandchildren. I do know that. And on Gossip Bakery, I know. Yeah, Susan. Yep, Susan. Because they'll find out he's just a poor truck driver. Do I think they're tired to the bone of their mom? I think, oh, I mean, I hate to say anything because I don't know Jill, and I never talked to her, but I do know that they try to stay out of it as much as possible, and why she's not filming the kids like she used to. And maybe Jason not as much, because of course, he has his wife, and the wife has more control over than the mother. And I don't know what her relationship is with BB. I never asked her. We never talked about it. The only time we did talk about Jason was that time when um, they started saying that Zeus was Jason and putting out his information. But I can't wait for Susie to take on old Laura. I have inside information. Susie is not Samoa, but the Susie that Laura is targeting is not the person she wants to deal with. And when I found that out, I stopped I stopped my investigation because I don't want anything about, to do with it. Stay out of Susie's life. And that's what I plan to do. Yeah, no. Nope. Guang is Glenda. Guang is not Glenda. Mike, don't fall for Laura's gaslighting, okay? And Guang is not Glenda. I've talked to Guang on the phone, texted with her during the pandemic. It's just that's all Laura, I'm like all of these different profiles as she says I am, and it's like all those are false accusations. Just like she's saying that um anything that if anyone says anything about Laura being bald or drunk or drunk driver, um hurts her. It hurts her really bad, and she's hurt me a lot, that Glenda. Sorry, dear. That's not how it works. And for everything that Glenda said about you, you've said triple about her. And she's actually lost something where you haven't lost anything. So, if you're going to, also, she said something about she was going to take her videos down because in case she decides to do what she thinks she's going to do, she's going to close down her channel and have someone else take over her Thursday night. And she'll be taking down most of her videos. You can take down all the videos you want, Laura, but I have every single video you've ever made on Slenda Gully channel. So go ahead. You can't, once it's on the internet, it's there forever. So don't try to hide it. Why delete them if you don't have anything um, to hide, and you're the one being hurt? Why do you have to take down videos? And why do you have to take down videos? Because you say shit in those videos. You say shit on those videos that you shouldn't say. Like, Glenda is my target. Like that. The restaurant video this week, Jill Never Shut Up in the background. I haven't watched it. I don't watch her videos unless someone says, "Oh, you got to go see this." I'll have to go and take a peek. You haven't watched the video in ages? No. It's like, those people over there on the Slenda Gully channel, they all complain. Oh, did you see what she made this week? Did you see what kind of pants she was wearing? Did you see the blouse she was wearing? Did you notice she didn't wear a bra? Did she even comb her hair? Did she do that? I hate her so much. I can't stand her. Well, quit watching her. Just quit watching. That'll solve all your problems. Stop watching her. The end. Yes, I know she said my name several times. And she's using me as a uh, witness to her charity thing. Glenda made that post. Laura is the one that created the whole, it's a fraud. She was committing fraud. There is no proof of that at all. She has no proof at all. And if anybody tries to sign into that channel, Facebook is watching, and so is law enforcement. No, nobody's watching that page. Nobody is, except for you, Laura. Because you're a liar. I've already called you a liar. I have proof of your lies. And if anything was going to happen to Glenda regarding that issue, it would already be done. You yourself even said you tried to talk to people. You tried to call this person and that person. Tonight you said you talked to this person and that person, but in other videos you say you tried to talk to this person. You said you were going to go to the press. You had a meeting with the press in Colorado. You had a meeting with the Pope in Galveston. Where's that proof? There is no proof because you didn't do it. It didn't happen. You can't even walk up and down your stairs, much less walk into a cathedral. You can't walk it up and down the stairs to even take a flight to Colorado. Go take care of your daughters. Entertain them. Are they not? Or they're not interested in you? Oh, my son just sent me pictures of my grandson in his Halloween costume. He's going as Robin Hood. I think his mom made it for him. He's so cute. Oh my gosh. I'll send you a picture, Beth. Oh, look. Oh, he's so cute. Ah. And my youngest grandson's going as Robin Hood, and my teenage grandson is going as a moody teenager. Just being his old self, moody teenager, and he is, let me tell you. Oh man, those teenage years. My son is going through what I had to go through. I love it. Who would? Was that? Who are you talking about, Fundy? What? Zeus tried to pick you up at a YouTube chat? No. No, he's not interested in her. Not at all. Did she say? Oh, singe the sea. Probably. Yeah, Nathaniel. Robin Hood. Men in tights. He would be flirting with you? Woohoo. You know what? He had a thing for c'est moi. He'd always come into the chat room and, where's c'est moi? Where's c'est moi? And then as soon as c'est moi would show up, he'd be sitting there, oh, c'est moi, blah, 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 blah. And they'd sit there and, and he'd be like chatting her up and stuff. I think that's why Glenda doesn't like her. Because you could have c'est moi. I don't know if she still has c'est moi still here. C'est moi you could have. You could have had Zeus. You could have had him wrapped around your pinky. But I think he thinks he got a better deal with Glenda because then he doesn't have to go visit her. Yeah, he wanted her to be his little assistant. He sure did. It was so funny. We used to tease C'est moi. Oh, the candy man was here for you, C'est moi. And she'd get all pissed off. Oh, man, that was fun. With all those stale nuts. Yeah, right. Uh-huh. She could have. She'd be the wife of the big candy maker and live at his mom's estate in Manhasset. Or she could live in his aunt's house in where was that? Where was that? Where his aunt lived that he inherited his aunt's uh, property somewhere South Carolina or North Carolina, and he was going to have all of this, and he had so much to do, and that's why he wasn't going to go see Glenda. It was because he had to go take care of his aunt's estate. Oh, really? One chat room he was throwing his because nobody was replying to his comments. Oh, really, Fundy? I believe it. I believe it. And that's how he is. I knew he used to go to Rosie's chat room, but um and I always wondered about that. Hmm. Hi, Tracy. Good to see you. Ruby Roo, I missed you. How are you? But yeah, that's how it should be. Zeus has roaches. Well, then he should hook up with Vivian Kimberlin. Oh, that's good to know, Ruby. I'm glad you're well. He thought he was a celebrity because he was friends with Glenda. That's so true, though, Fundy. That's true. Nobody knows who Glenda is. Not even the 29,000 subscribers she has. Oh my gosh. Good night, Bedelia. I'm going to sign off too. I'm going to say good night to everyone. Good night, Ruby. Good night, Victoria. Sweet Bedelia. Fundy Coast. Beth McCracken. Nathaniel. Daniel. Susan Scott. I know she was here. Who am I missing? Susan Scott. Terry Probst. Oh, Terry Probst, you find Gossip Bakery. I think it's a forum. If you Google it, it'll bring you a link. Good night, Mike. I didn't make you a wrench so you don't lose your good standing with shingles. Good night, Samoa. Am I missing anyone? No. Okay, well, good night, y'all. I had fun. We'll talk again soon.